Now that's what I call high quality H2O.
Hey guys, I went into the pool store yesterday. Hadn't been in there in a little while. As soon as I walked in, immediately was almost overwhelmed with the odor of chlorine. After reading the report from the CDC yesterday, and realizing that you build a tolerance to detecting chlorine. You don't build a tolerance to chlorine. That doesn't happen. It just destroys your cells and affects you in every possible way negatively. So you're not building a tolerance to chlorine whatsoever, but you do build a tolerance to detect it. You know, really a better way to look at it is chlorine will destroy your ability to even detect it. So now you are exposed to it and you don't even realize how much you're exposed to it. So I very, very much limit my contact to it. So I'm highly sensitive to it. I know exactly whenever I'm being exposed to it. I can tell immediately how it affects me. One of the first things I notice right away is my allergies, and my nostrils will flare up immediately. So I walked into the pool store. I was immediately overwhelmed with the chlorine odor, which according to the CDC, whenever you smell the chlorine odor, that means you're being exposed to it. And I felt my nostrils close up. I wanted to squint a little bit, like I just didn't want it in my eyes. I was in a hurry to get out of the store. I was in a real hurry to get out of the store. But while I was in there, guys, because I had to make an order, while I was in there, I was looking around at the other guys in there. There's two guys at the counter ordering. There's two guys behind the counter. There's a couple of ladies working over behind in the office area, okay? Now listen, you guys are my people. I've been around y'all for a long time. Y'all are my people. I love you guys. I've been seeing y'all for a long time. I'm not gonna name any names, but I've been going to these pool stores, these supply houses for a long time, the same ones for almost 20 years now. Guys, y'all are my friends. I've been seeing y'all for a long time. I know you guys. I talk to a lot of you guys on a regular basis. But whenever I looked around in the pool store, I noticed immediately the overwhelming sensation, the overwhelming chlorine. I noticed that the guys there working behind the counter and ordering product, the other pool guys, nobody had a happy look on their face, guys. Y'all didn't look happy. You didn't look healthy. I'm not trying to knock you, okay? What I'm trying to point out is there's a correlation. What I wanted to tell you guys was, especially you guys behind the counter who are soaking in that every day and you've lost the ability to even detect it. You're sitting in a room full of toxic chlorine, poison gas that you're smelling that absolutely wreaks havoc on your entire body day after day after day. I love you guys, man. It hurt me to see that. I don't know if there's anything I can do about this other than raise awareness. You guys, maybe you need some better ventilation in there. You know, that's besides the point. That's small scale. The point I'm trying to make is the guys working, you got all of us, you know, you guys are my brothers and sisters. I'm doing the same thing with you guys. We're all being exposed and you don't even realize how much damage it's doing to you guys. Do y'all understand that the whole time I worked for other companies, nobody ever talked to me like this, to any of us? We never had a meeting like this where it was like, hey guys, y'all realize that chlorine is dangerous. It's a toxic poison. It can cause health problems. Here's what it can cause. Here's what you can do to avoid it. Never, never. That never happened. It wasn't part of the business at all. So this has been new for me too. It took me losing my thyroid to come around to this, to discovering all the health complications that come with chlorine exposure. So whenever I go in the pool store and I remember my past years of struggling with bouts of depression, whenever I was heavily exposed to chlorine on a regular basis and I didn't understand the danger of it and the toxicity of it, and I just let it be on me, I didn't get it, you know, and I see you guys and Man, I love you guys. I want to do something, right? Like, we got to change the game, y'all. It's not good. Okay, let's extrapolate this further. What about the people working in the chlorine manufacturing facilities? You know, I'd really love to see, listen, this is, to me, a lot of this, guys, is like big tobacco, where there's probably the research and the studies out there already that point to all the health complications and problem with long-term chlorine exposure, but it's hidden from us. It's kept a secret because it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. It makes tons and tons and tons of money. They don't want to stop that money flow. It's been coming in for decades. For decades, since pools started being contaminated with chlorine. So they don't want to stop that money flow. So I'll bet those studies are out there. But I would really like to find, like, to go, maybe this is something I'll do in the future, guys, is I want to go to one of these chlorine manufacturing facilities. I want to interview the staff there, the people who work there. How long do they work around the chlorine? Are they having health complications? Are they having any kind of issues like that? I can just about guarantee you they are, guys. There's no way you can be exposed to chlorine long term and not suffer health complications from it. So, man, I love you guys. It hurts me to see you guys in this like paralyzed state, because I know what it's like. I've been there, and I feel like I've broken out of it. And so I feel like $1,000,000. I feel great. I had just left the gym. I was going to get, because you're right there on the way back to my place. So I just left the gym in the morning, and I was going to pick up a few things that I needed. And I go in there, and I'm feeling like $1,000,000. And you guys are, like I said, I'm not trying to be down on you guys. I love you guys. It's just, you're down. Life is so good. Everything is so good, so great. And I hope you understand that your constant exposure to toxic poison is affecting you in more ways than you even understand. It's causing depression. It's causing chemical imbalance. One thing I didn't even mention, guys, especially you pool guys, listen to me very closely on this. If you're getting chlorine on your hands, okay, we're dealing with a very highly concentrated form of chlorine. It is super concentrated. Chlorine is incredible at killing bacteria, all bacteria. If you're getting it on your hands and you're going to lunch and you're eating food and you're not washing your hands very well, see, and the problem is at the wherever you're eating out at, sometimes you go in there and use their restroom to wash your hands, that tap water is chlorinated too. But at least it's not nearly as chlorinated as the pool water. But you're washing your hands. Have you ever been eating and you like smell the chlorine on your hands? Okay, that means the food you're consuming, the chlorine on your fingers is on the food you're consuming, because you wouldn't smell chlorine if you weren't exposed to it. That's how you detect that you're being exposed to it. And remember, if you're exposed to it for too long, you lose the ability to detect it. So don't even rely on that. If you've got it on your fingers, which you probably do, and you're eating something, it's probably, that chlorine's going to your gut. So here you are eating super healthy. Maybe you decided to get something healthy, but you didn't thoroughly wash the chlorine off your hands. That chlorine goes to your gut, guys, and it's a highly concentrated form of chlorine, and it destroys your good gut bacteria. Destroys it. Your gut's like the foundation of all of your health. It's the foundation of your immune system and so many other things. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to go down that, but you guys know, like, your gut health is very important. Your gut biome, I know, like, there's probiotics and stuff supposed to be good for your positive gut bacteria. You know what I mean? Like, we're eating yogurt, you know, whatever. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, you don't want to destroy your gut bacteria. And that's what the chlorine's doing, guys. You wonder why you don't feel well. You wonder why you don't have motivation. You wonder why you have bouts of depression. You wonder why. There's some other things we haven't even talked about, guys. Did you know that chlorine absolutely demolishes your sex drive? Totally destroys it. It's a sterilizer. It's a proven sterilizer that chlorine sterilizes. So there are so many harmful effects, guys. You wonder why you feel the way you do. I never put it together to, also, I'm like you guys. I didn't put it together until recently. Nobody ever talked to me about this, or anybody I ever worked with. We never had meetings about this. The word's not getting spread. If anything, the word is being kept hush because it's a multi-billion-dollar industry and they want to keep the money coming in. So, all right, guys, I love you guys. We got to change the game. It's for your better. It's for your customers better. It's for our world's better. It's for everybody's better. And you're going to feel great whenever you start getting away from toxic poison that you're exposed to on a regular basis. All right. Talk to y'all later.